Hi, this is 𝘒𝙄𝙏𝙃 with 𝘾𝙊𝙉𝙉𝙃 Real Estate Group. We are today here in Divide in a beautiful, more than 8,000 square foot home that needs some updating and sprucing up. There was a lot of wear and tear in the house that needs to be corrected. But it's actually kind of a fun project, and to help me and to advise me, I have Kimberly Potter here with the Wherever Home. She is located in Colorado Springs, but I was able to lure her up to Divide. Yeah. So, how do you like the exterior of the home, and how do we start? Do we even start out here already?
I think so, because it really sets the scene for what's inside. And this is a pretty grand entrance, so some simple fixes I think would be painting the front door, a pop of color, just so it stands out a little more.
Yeah, and I think that is something that you're going to see throughout the house. So the house is somewhat Southwest style, and I believe that when we're up here in the mountains, I think people are looking more for like a modern Alpine. Mm-hmm. Is that correct? So yeah. What we're not looking at is any kind of cleaning that needs to be done, any kind of fixes that need to be done. That will happen. We're just looking at the design, and if you're interested, you need to follow us right now. Come on. How can we update this, and what needs to be done here?
Yeah. So this really could be a grand entrance. I think it's been a little neglected. Our lighting in particular, we could do something
to scale.
Yes, to scale, much more grand, really set the scene. A rug, things like that to warm up the space when you walk in, art on the walls, that kind of thing. But the lighting is probably number one in here.
The paint, we have darker ceilings. It looks no, the same color. It looks like the same color, right? Same color ceilings as the wall. I don't think you do that anymore. What color for the ceiling would you suggest?
So for ceilings, I usually do a bright white, and then wall color, whatever you want.
Neutral probably if you want to sell the house.
In this space, I think so. I'm thinking whites, creams, maybe some grays, but yeah, lots
I just
of
wanted
neutrals.
to ask, are grays out of style now?
They're going out.
Going out,
yeah,
okay.
A lot less gray these days.
And I think it's a challenge because gray would not necessarily go with these floors. These tile floors are something that you use very much in Arizona, Southwest area. And some people love them. Yeah. And I don't think we have the budget to tear them out, so we don't want to. So we're just working with them, just kind of toning things down.
Yeah.
Lots to look at. So tell me, let's start with what you like.
Okay, I like this fireplace. It may not be everyone's cup of tea, but for the style of the home, I think it's really neat. I like that it's still wood burning. I can imagine, having your wood stacked down there, hanging out around it, setting your drink down. Yeah, it's cozy. And you don't see things like this, that round face, so it's really unique.
This.
Yeah.
I have no idea what we're going to do with that, so I'm completely leaning on your expertise.
Yeah. The cubbies, very 90s. You and I chatted about that. I like to eliminate those in houses whenever possible. This space is a little more challenging because they've already, done a DIY here. And without putting tons of money into the project, I think paint might be your best friend here.
You're thinking white?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Would you do window treatments here? Would that detract from
the view?
The view and everything?
I would say do window treatments for functionality. For you getting ready to list, I think maybe keep it open though, because you're maximizing that view, the amount of light. Everyone wants a nice bright space.
Yep. Oh, the kitchen. The kitchen starts here.
Yeah, and that's the first thing I notice is your view being totally obstructed by these upper cabinets and these cubby things again. Countertops though, if that's in the budget, definitely.
Granite or quartz?
I do a lot of quartz, yeah, because you can get the look of granite or you can get the look of marble, different stones. I do a lot of family kitchens, so people want that durability.
Yeah. It's not porous.
It's not porous, very clean, yeah.
So this kitchen seems to be like a huge challenge. Where do we even start?
Well, I mean, in an ideal world, you come in, do a full gut job, but in this case, I think paint's gonna be your best friend again, and then little things like updating the hardware is really gonna bring these back to life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So paint white?
Not necessarily. You know, colors are real trendy. It probably depends on who your ideal buyer is. You know, or is this a family coming in? They may not want white. They may think, you know.
True.
Yeah.
Work.
Mess.
Work.
Yep.
And the sink. Replacing
Yeah, I think that's inevitable when you pull the countertops. Yep, new sink. And you kind of have some mismatch here too anyway with your faucets. So it'd be good to replace those.
the sink. Yep.
Lighting would be another one in here.
Well, we have
Lighting in general.
plenty of lights. What would we do here?
Swap these with LEDs.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just bring it up to, and
Yeah.
that they're not yellow anymore.
Exactly, yeah. And then you won't have that hole either. Yeah, the Swiss cheese effect. Yeah.
Swiss cheese effect. So let's take a look at the primary bedroom. It is huge, which is great.
Yeah.
Great canvas. So what we've mentioned before: paint, white ceiling, whatever you choose on the wall, something neutral, and again the doors.
Yep.
And yes,
Lighting.
I mean there's again interesting hardware on the house, but it all is varied. So consistency is what I'm hearing you say.
Yep.
Okay.
Painting the interior doors, lighting. I would probably paint cabinets in here too.
Yeah, just to have everything consistent. Mirrors, we'll see those in another bathroom later on in the powder room. What? Yeah. It's nice, but
They're neat mirrors, but they don't feel appropriate to me for the size of the vanity, and obviously it's not even hung centered over the sink, so I would address that.
okay, suggestions for this. So this is a really small entrance.
You know, without, again, a full gut, just,
Or just taking out the wall anyways from here to the other side.
Yep. Which
But-
would be a big project. I think, you know, paint again at the minimum around this space, and something that might help so that your eye isn't so drawn to the size of this door is actually just to remove it for showings.
Okay, step up bathtubs.
Yes.
We don't see those that often anymore,
Nope.
fortunately.
Yeah.
Oh, especially I like this.
This
one
little
there.
ledge.
That's awesome. I mean, ideal would be to take it all out and replace, and that would make so much room if you'd have a freestanding
Absolutely,
tub here.
yeah.
But yeah, money.
To get some uniformity here and a little less of a hodgepodge between the tiles, that's something you could do. But hardware in here is a big one for the cabinets, but also for your towel racks. That would be a simple fix.
Yeah, this is a room. I guess an office. This could be staged as an office because we have shelving over
Built-ins.
here.
Yep.
And cabinets. I'm a little lost. What do we do, especially to make this appealing, or just give it a purpose for a buyer?
I think it would be an awesome office done right.
It's huge.
Yeah, it's huge. This would be my dream office. So these built-ins don't, you know, the color and the style doesn't bother me as much. The thing I'm noticing is that there's lots of damage. So again, probably paint. Just get some nice, clean, you know, fresh start in here. And then these lights, these are really, yeah, they're interesting. I would probably remove those right away and get some better lighting in here because the ceiling fan is just not cutting it. But otherwise, it has the potential to be a really cool office. It's huge, so.
And that's the theme of the house. Again, we've talked about a lot of other things. There's so much potential in this house. It's almost overwhelming.
Yeah.
Not only by its size with 8,000 square feet, but just wrapping your brain around what you can do.
Yeah.
Which is exciting, but also overwhelming,
Right.
like I mentioned.
Yep.
Okay. So this could be an apartment, a suite in itself, on top of the mother-in-law suite that we already have.
I mean, you've got a little wet bar, a bathroom down here, a full bathroom too.
Is it full? Okay.
Yeah, I believe so.
So, yeah, this would be a media room / living room. It is on ground level, so you're not in a cave. And then over here in this room, which is also ginormous,
Yeah.
you had a suggestion to just add a door here for some additional.
Well, you don't have a bedroom down here, a dedicated bedroom, and it's such a big space that it seems like kind of a waste not having a bedroom. You do have a closet, so it would be, you know, a real simple fix to add doors, and then you have a bedroom. And still plenty of living space.
So how do you feel about a drop ceiling?
Not my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hear buyers roll their eyes when they see a drop ceiling. So the good thing is it's clean. I've seen some awful drop ceilings.
Yeah, it's not, it doesn't look like it was put up in the 60s or 70s or something.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But if it's in the budget, I'd definitely remove it if you could. Yeah.
Wonder, especially since you have that awful neon lighting.
The fluorescent is not very
Excuse me, you have the
kind
awful
to the eyes.
fluorescent lighting, yes.
Yep.
Which does not, but you know, which is not really nice for a bedroom. It's good luck sleeping in here. So.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But it has the potential. I mean, you have plenty of space living. You can have a gym down here, have a bedroom, all the things.
Yeah.
So, very cool. Yep. All right.
Lots of opportunities.
Yes.
So this house, I believe, is really a diamond in the rough, and there's so many options and opportunities, and even small changes are making such a huge difference, like painting and just the hardware. I think that will make already a huge difference. One thing that you cannot change about a house is its location, and the location of this property in Divide is phenomenal, with unobstructed views of Pikes Peak that will never go away because nothing is going to be built behind it. So Kim, thank you so much for joining us here and working with me on this project, and I'm looking forward to making this a phenomenal luxury home.
Yeah, it definitely has the potential.